Good evening, YouTube viewers. Thanks for tuning in to this video. My name is Content Analysis 2750. My puppy dog is my profile picture. I thank all of you for watching this video, and I hope that at the end or in between time, you would subscribe, like, share, dislike, and comment if you would like. But please do share. My views are going up, and my subscription is going up. I would like for it to go up to a nice number so then I can start bringing my information to you via live stream. Today, we're going to talk about Snitch Nation. Bill Maher on Homebox was doing a comedy skit, and they started talking about snitches. So he said, why are they paying snitches? Why continue to pay snitches? Today, people are snitching for free. You don't even have to pay them. We're in Snitch Nation. That's why we got this up today, opposed to having our normal quote up. Now, why do I bring this up today? Let's get this party started. An update on Casanova case. As we know, and now you will know, you who are viewing this video, Taxstone has been found guilty in the killing of Banger. He wasn't found guilty. His top count wasn't murder. It was Manslaughter 1, which Manslaughter 1 still has a 25-year cap on it, minimum sentence. It could still get 25 to life. Let's look at it before I go further. Because I don't want to give you nothing that I'm thinking. I don't want to tell you something I'm thinking. I want to tell you something that's, yes, it's a B felony. And it's punishable by up to 25 years. So his maximum sentence for that manslaughter 1 is 25 years, but he's got found guilty of 6 charges. So now, you remember in my last video, I put my post up, and the quote said, when you take a loss, you could come back and do things right. And when you take that loss, you affect all the people who supported you and cared about you. Taxstone was on a good road. He was becoming a good, noticeable celebrity through his podcast. And he let the internet verbal wars get the best of him, where he had to prove he was gangster. He was about that life. You know, he was popping them bottles and doing the things that people who are active in crime do, when he was out of that and into becoming a very, very noticeable podcaster. And he went out and he got himself involved in some street behavior, which is shooting, killing, robbing, stealing, selling drugs. He went to the shooting, killing part and got himself caught up. And I know he probably went in with the idea that, oh, this is Troy Ave that I'm going at, you know. This is Troy Ave, and he be with Banger, and Banger is about that life, and you know, all the people you be around about that life, so I can go and I could do this shooting, and I don't have to worry about nothing because they street guys, they're gangsters, so they're not going to tell on me. It didn't happen that way. Troy Ave said, I'm not going to do no time, bro. That's beyond me, bro. I ain't been going to jail. I ain't going to start now. I'm going to go tell the truth. And marshals, they have no jurisdiction. They will find you. And they will squeeze you until you squeal. And they know the squealers. So they was able to see that he wasn't one who was willing about that criminal life, seasoned criminal, that he's going to go and he's going to do that time. So they saw that weakness when they said, well, all right, the best witness is somebody who's there, somebody who has been a part of the event, somebody who's been a focus, actually, of the event. If we can break him and we can get to him, he's going to be the best witness that we have. And let me show you how that works. He's going to be the best witness that we have. So he's facing all this time. You can save yourself. They went to the first 48 sitting room on him. Gave him that coffee. You know, that juice, because he said he tried to drink healthy. He don't do all that drinking stuff. So they gave him some juice, bag of potato chips, and they said, listen, you're facing a lot of time here. You testify against Taxstone, and we will guarantee you the most time you'll get in jail is 1 year. He probably don't even get no 1 year. Let me show you. Okay, let's go. So he went and he testified, and he had one job. Troy Ave had one job. And his reward in doing that one job was not a good salary, was not public exposure to celebrity status. It was 1 year in jail, because he ain't going to prison for 1 year. You go to prison for 1 year and a day. For 1 year, you could sit in Brooklyn House, Bronx House, in the Navy Yard, Queens House, or Rikers Island. 8 months. He probably don't even get that. Let me show you why now. Guilty verdict in rap trial of Taxstone for Troy Ave shooting and McFadden murder. Southern District New York Courthouse. Southern District New York Courthouse is the feds, you know. So anytime it say district, that's the feds. So if it say Southern District, Northern District, Eastern District, Western District, that's all feds court. Anytime you see that. Southern District New York Courthouse, March 23rd. The rapper Taxstone, Darryl Campbell, is on trial for May 25th murder of Ronald McFadden and shooting of rapper Troy Ave, Roland Collins. Now notice what that said now. Notice what that said. He was on trial for the murder of Ronald McFadden and the shooting of rapper Troy Ave. On March 6, 2023, Inner City Press again went to cover his trial at 111 Center Street in Manhattan before Judge Abraham. Evidence was entered about the guns recovered. You know, as we know, Troy Ave had the guns, and they got them for Troy Ave. DNA put them to Taxstone, right? There was a bullet removal from Roland Collins' legs. Roland Collins, who is Troy Ave. And strangely, the cataloging of boxer shorts and white t-shirt. Much of this came up in stipulation agreed to by the defense, testimony of retired NYP detectives. Past 4 p.m., Judge Clark called it a day and let the jury go. Then he held a whispered sidebar with the lawyers, previewing arguments about Rikers Island calls. You guys get locked up and get on them phones, and they got the big sign saying these phones are subject to recordings. And you get on there and you talk like you on your regular phone, like you hear about wiretaps, and you get on these phones and you talk about the things that you should talk about on a visit. Well, I guess if you ain't getting no visits, hey, you gotta vent somehow. You can't even vent with inmates because they turn on you. Look at the drug dealer that turned on them. After the jury left, Taxstone was handcuffed behind his back and let out. Now, look at this right here, y'all. Look at this right here. Look. You see Taxstone up there. You see Troy Ave with the gun in this picture right here. You see Troy Ave up there. Let's big this picture up. We don't want to big it too far, right? See Troy Ave busting that gun down. You could imagine that. Troy Ave shooting in that crowded place might have shot somebody. That bullet might have hit somebody, or luckily it didn't hit nobody. Who knows? But he was charged with attempt murder and possession of a weapon. Now look at this. On March 23rd, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin L. Bragg, same guy that's after Donald Trump right now. So he got to win. He might get a loss with Donald Trump, but he got to win right here with Taxstone with the aid of Troy Ave. Jr. announced the trial conviction of Darrell Campbell, a.k.a. Taxstone, 37, for shooting and killing 33-year-old Ronald Banger, a bodyguard, during the confrontation at Irving Plaza, and shooting and seriously injuring 3 other people. It's my understanding that he shot Troy Ave and then the bullet hit Banger. And then Troy Ave ran out, as we see right here, and he fired that gun into the crowd, and he hit somebody in the crowd, in the leg or something, a female. So this helps Troy Ave to get that year. There was only one job that Troy Ave had, and he did that job perfectly. He did that job so well that he got Taxstone convicted of not only shooting him and not only shooting Banger, but shooting, seriously injuring through bullets, because you know he didn't beat nobody up that night. You know it wasn't alleged that he beat somebody up. Everything was evolving around bullets flying out of a gun. Seriously injuring 3 other people, which is eliminating Troy Ave from injuring anybody with that shot right there that he fired into a crowd. Look at the people ducking all over there. So you can imagine that's what we're seeing there. You can imagine the people that's on the receiving end of that bullet, what they're doing, how they're trying to get away. Somebody could ran straight into that bullet trying to run. Let's look. Troy Ave was originally arrested while still in the hospital recovering from his leg injury. and charged with second-degree murder as well as criminal possession of a weapon. His charge was downgraded to attempted second-degree murder and 4 counts of criminal possession of a weapon, of which are felonies. Now, he had 4 counts of criminal possession of a weapon and attempted second-degree murder. Now, I ain't got time to make it up, y'all. I'm not going to make it up. I'm going to show you it right here. This is where I'm researching and getting my information. So now if Taxstone got found guilty for first-degree manslaughter, shooting and killing banger, okay, shooting Troy Ave, and seriously injuring 3 others, where does second-degree murder come in for Troy Ave? They say Taxstone got convicted of 6 counts of the 7 that he went to trial for. It's sad, man. It's really sad that somebody could be out there doing crimes, catching bids, maybe 2 bids, maybe 3 bids, come home, say, I'm tired, can't get no job, I am tired, I don't want to go back out there, I don't want to do the rest of my life in jail. And they come out and they see everybody's on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you looking at it and you saying, man, these, what they call these guys, podcasters, YouTubers, I could do this too. I could talk. I was about that life that these guys acting like they were about. I can do it too. And you set out and you do it. And you start getting momentum in it. And you start becoming good at it. And you start growing in it. And you start to reach celebrity status with it. You start going places with it. You're not, maybe you're still carrying a gun because you know there's haters out there. But you're not doing no crime. You're not looking to sell no drugs. You're taking care of your family. And you get somebody that comes on here and start saying, man, he ain't about that life, man. When he was in jail, he was this and that. You know what I mean? Man, when he was out here, he wasn't doing nothing, man. That nigga up there fronting. He up there fronting. And you feel it's your obligation to go and approach that person about what he's saying out of his mouth. And find yourself in jail, getting ready to do 25 years or close to it. Because he pled guilty to those guns too, so they're going to give him a lot of time. He's going to get over 10 years, definitely over 10 years. I think the minimum will be 15 years. I think the minimum, but there's a murder. There's a murder involved in there. So they couldn't get him for the murder, got him for the manslaughter 1. For my manslaughter 1, I got 12 years. I got 12 years for my manslaughter in the first degree. I didn't have no priors or nothing that was my first felony. I was out there doing my thing. I was all the way out there. I wasn't playing no games. I was slinging that gun. And my first case was murder in the second degree. And I pled guilty. I didn't have no co-defendants. I had somebody that they were saying did it. I had the investigator went out. I had the whole community saying I didn't do it because I was a kid in the community. I fucked with the community. And I had all the community saying I did it, and just saying the guy I used to hang with, he did it. And I was going to go to trial, but then I started thinking, because everybody's going to come and say I didn't do it, and they're going to be pointing the finger at him. And he would have ended up taking the fall for me. So I pled guilty because I didn't want him to see time for what I did. And I pled guilty to a manslaughter 1, and I got 12 years for that. So if I got 12 years for that, and this Taxstone got guns, murder, shooting, seriously injuring 3 people with a weapon, then he looking at more than 12 years. And you got yourself into it, and Troy Ave is not going to see more than a year in jail. He's not going to prison at all. Help me make sense out of this. I can't make sense out of this. Why do somebody successful feels an obligation to prove to somebody that's not so successful that they could go to prison the rest of their life because that's what's happening? That they could get themselves killed. That they can kill somebody over nothing. And I don't know who instigated it, but the guy who was the focus of the situation isn't going nowhere fast, nowhere painful. It's a loss, but it's a loss that he could bounce back from in a couple of months. Taxstone got a loss he cannot bounce back from, maybe never. Let's look at it. Let's look at it again, because it keeps popping in my mind, man. It keeps popping in my mind, man. Where is it? Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? I never thought of losing, but now that it's happened, the only thing is to do it right. The only thing Taxstone could think about now is doing that prison thing right, because that prison thing, it got a lot of problems all its own. Every day is a day fighting for survival. Every day is a day hoping not to be victimized. Every day is a day hoping not to be killed. A painful death, a stabbing, beat down. Every day. Riots, COs trying to kill you. People trying to extort you for your packages. People trying to extort you for money. People trying to make you do things that you don't want to do. Every day, there's a possibility of that happening. The only thing Taxstone could hope for now is doing things right in that prison. That's my obligation to the people who believe in me. The people believed in him. He let them down. They're hurting just as much as he's hurting. Troy Ave people are hurting, but their pain is not so powerful. You know, Their whole thing is talking to him, telling him, boy, you better do something different when you come out. If he goes in, he did a great job for them people. He did a great job for them people. Even if Taxstone just admitted to shooting the 2 people, Troy Ave gave him 3 more. Troy Ave testimony gave him 3 more people he supposedly shot. Help me make sense of this. It's so sad. Another good brother who came out and changed his life and could have been a poster person for those who keep on making those bad choices, those criminal choices, getting involved in all that crime, thinking they got nowhere out, they got nothing else to do. A guy who made it successfully, changing his life, and he's back in prison again. Lord, son. Lord, son. And a person, it always happen like that. The person who's the focus of it, he going on with his life. And that's happening with a lot of people. It's Snitch Nation out here, man. Come on, where is it? Where is it? It's Snitch Nation out here, y'all. There's all the y'all who out there who's in this group crime activity thing. Y'all not looking at all of this stuff and realizing that you might be about it. You might be out there doing what you're doing, selling your drugs. You don't care about the judge. You don't care about the police. You don't care about going to jail. You don't care about none of that. You've been there. You've done that. You've done it effectively, so you could do it again. You're not considering about the guy who hasn't been to jail. Troy Ave ain't been to no jail for no long time. He said it on Mav Hoffa's show, Expert Opinion. He said he hadn't got locked up. His crime was selling drugs, and he went from New York to Connecticut doing his thing, selling his bricks or whatever, it's half a brick, quarter brick, whole brick. He was doing his thing, and he never got locked up for it. Jay-Z said he sold quarter brick, half a brick, whole brick, 2 brick, 3 brick, 4 brick. He never been locked up before. So when you get into that situation and you're telling guys all about what you went through in that penitentiary in order to survive and how you made it out, especially if you come out with them scars, them cuts in your face, your neck cut, your eye got the scar that never going away, it's showing them all your poke wounds. They sitting there saying, damn, can I do that? It's easy to run around out here with a gun, but when you get in there and somebody running that cell, you got to defend that. And when somebody running that cell that been in there already 7 years working out every day, muscles looking all like King Kong or somebody, you know what I mean? They had to put some fear in you right there. Whew, look how big this dude is. Damn, he running up in your cell. You thinking about all that. You don't want to go. Snitch Nation, yo. You got whole snitches, half of snitches, dry snitches, wet snitches, and whole rats. You got some who's going to weigh and judge it. Oh, man, damn, if I do that, and this going to happen, and this going to happen. That real alternative violence program they send you through in jail. If I do this, then this will happen. If I do that, then that'll happen. If I do this, then this will happen. You put the positive results with some negative results, and you chose the positive, but you got to say it out loud in the alternative to violence program. Yeah. Well, if I punch him in the face, he might beat me up. Oh, if I punch him in his face, he might fall, hit his head, and die. Then I get a new case. If I punch him in his face, he might tell on me, and the COs might come. If I talk to him, maybe he'll know he disrespected me, and then we could iron this problem out. Maybe I'll talk to him, and then we can iron this problem out. That's where the alternative violence thing goes. You know, breathe, count to 10. They tell you all this stuff. So he's doing all of that stuff, figuring now the consequences of running with that group has come. And he ain't wasting no time. That lawyer said, man, you don't seem like you the guy who was involved on this. You know, I could look at you and tell, you know, you was a good guy. You just got yourself caught up with some bad people, but you can save yourself. You're facing 25 years right now. How old are you? Oh, you're 25. You'll be at least 55 when you come home. But you can save yourself. I can talk to DA, and I can get you a good plea deal, which they'll drop the charges down, and you'll get way less than that. Would you be interested in doing something like that? You say, I'll get less than that. Damn sure you will. I have lunch with the DA and all that. No, I think because you don't have a criminal history, you never been there. This guy you're with. Oh, he's a seasoned criminal. He's been in and out of jail since he was 19. He shot people. That's how I got caught with a gun. I got caught with a guy. The gun, they found the gun. It wasn't on neither one of us. They snatched dude. Dude never been in jail before. They start telling him my criminal history. And he said, yes, that's his gun. I got 3 years for that. He went to court, everything. He was not playing. I got 3 years for that. And I carried guns after that and let nobody know I got my gun on me no more when I came home, because I still had to carry guns. I got 3 years for that. He went and told everybody. They separated us immediately. I knew he chose something. I knew he said something. Wasn't no fingerprints on the gun. Wasn't no fingerprints on the gun or none of that. He said he was taking it. We was going on a robbery, actually. And the police got on us, and he was driving. He fucked the whole situation up. That's why I said, yo, man, you ain't never been locked up before? He said, nah, man, I ain't never been in jail. I'm like, oh, damn. Don't go on Eastern Parkway. Turn. The police all pulling up beside us because they want no reason to call legit and all that. And this guy goes on Eastern Parkway, 5 lanes, make the wrong turn in the wrong lane without making the signals, and they pull us over. He's driving. They find a gun in the trunk. I have no dominion and control over that gun. There's no fingerprints on that gun. He said he had a license. He didn't have no ID on him. I had all my ID on me. I even had prison ID on me. Like, I got prison IDs in my pocket right now. I got my federal ID in my pocket and 2 state IDs. I had 4 state IDs and... No, I had 5 state IDs and 1 Fed ID. That's something I did 5 state bids and I did 1 federal bid. I never got enough. Okay, but I had to do the same thing over and over again. This don't got to be you. And I learned early that you cannot trust the group, man. You get involved in this group, it's people in that group that haven't been nowhere. Now, as we talking about Snitch Nation, let me show you something here. Let's go back to Taxstone first. Because, see, if I was Taxstone, y'all ain't telling me not to testify. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about me. This guy is up on the stand trying to put me away. He's trying to put me away. I was a podcaster. I'm good with words. I'm getting up on that stand and I'm putting doubt in these people's head that this guy could be lying. I'm getting on that stand. I went to trial for a gun in jail. That was my gun. Everything on it, my fingerprints, all that on it, this, that. I went to trial. I took the stand. And I beat it. Police getting up there, nobody never planted a gun, and all this security shot the guy. Said, yeah, it happened. That helped me. And then I told my lawyer, make sure you ask them why I'm at trial. Make sure you ask me that when I'm on that stand. And he said, well, David, you have a criminal history, right? Yeah, my criminal history was suppressed. I told him, bring it up, because I could bring it up myself. I don't care what you're saying. I've been convicted of it. I got a plot. So I need you to bring it in. It was suppressed. So it didn't, sway the jury. It biased the jury. And he brung it up. And I said, yeah, and I plead guilty to all of them. He said, so why are you going to trial today? I said, because I'm not guilty. If I was guilty, they offered me 2 years. I'm facing more than that. I would have went. Yo, Alex, get this guy. Oh my God, I didn't want to take a break here. You know what you want already?
Yeah, I know. I need tobacco vapes. You got tobacco vape?
Right there. Guy in there on the phone, man. He ain't holding me down. What you looking for? Rechargeables?
Yeah.
All of them is rechargeable except the top ones right there, like this one I got right here.
Yeah.
The ones with the white on the bottom, they're not rechargeable. The ones on the end with the black on the bottom, all of those are rechargeables down there.
Can I get this watermelon ice cream?
Which one is that?
Oh, this one right here. Yeah. And how much are these?
All of them are $20.
Every one of them?
Yeah.
All right, let's take that.
You want to open it and try it out and make sure it's what you like before you go. Very much.
Yep.
Try
Have a
this
good
one.
night.
This smells good. You too.
Man,
Be safe out there.
trying to. Trying to.
Yeah. Yeah, so I went to trial and I won. I had to testify. I wasn't going to leave it up to them. I wasn't going to leave it up to them COs and them sergeants to put the narrative down. And my criminal history, even though it was suppressed, they still were able to use what I was currently incarcerated for. So in my idea, Taxstone should have took the stand. He should have took the stand and planted doubt in their head. But remember what I said? Bill Maher, he was doing his homebox thing, and he was like, why pay the snitches today? They're snitching for free. They're snitching for nothing. They're not getting no money out of telling today. This is Snitch Nation. But everybody's not. Okay, while we on that, let's see how much time we got. Okay, we got a couple of minutes. While we on that, let's see, because I don't want to be making these videos too long. Let's look at this. Sometimes you can't hold on to things when everything is going against you. You have to balance it out. And the only way you can balance it out, you got to balance it out. You already in a situation, bro. You can't go by what people say, man. You got to take the stand. And you got to minimize the impact on the jurors that this guy just put on. You got to be watching them. Holy shit. this guy he's sinking me. Whisper to my lawyers, just sidebar, I'm taking a stand. I'm going up there and do some collateral damage. I'm going to do some fix up, plant some different kind of seed. But Taxstone refused to snitch in federal plea agreement. When Taxstone pled guilty about those guns, just like the feds, they want to know the trail. They want to know where it came from. They normally find that out with the serial number, where the gun came from. If it's stolen, the gun wasn't stolen. They found out the gun was purchased, and they wanted him to tell them who bought the gun for him, and how did he get it? Did they bring it to New York or this, that, and other? He refused to say that. He refused to say that. So he's a stand-up guy. But when he had to stand up, he failed himself, in my opinion. I don't know what y'all think out there, but in my opinion, because Troy Ave buried him. Not only did he bury them, he made them find him guilty of 3 more shots. Troy Ave made them find him guilty of the shooting he did. Lord, have mercy, boy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You know, not to know somebody and feel bad for them is a whole different animal in human life. It's a whole different emotional process for an individual with and of their self. To not know somebody and feel bad for them. Some people, you look at their situation, and you know they broadcast it on the news, and you don't feel bad for them at all. You be like, damn, man, yeah, man, he deserved that shit, man. I don't care what nobody say, he deserved that what he got. But you could say that man didn't deserve to do this to himself. That man did not deserve to do this for himself. But I'm going to end this video, and we're going to come back with a Snitch Nation video. We're going to come back with a Snitch Nation video, because I don't want these videos to be too long. Because it's not live. You know, if it was live, I'll continue to go on, but it's not live, because I don't want to go live until my subscriptions get to be an adequate number. It's only in the 50s right now. I need it up in the hundreds, going to 1,000. That's what I need. And then I go live. I don't get no money for this. I'm not monetized on this thing right here. You know, I'm trying something new, and I'm trying to work it out. Now, when I see people like Taxstone work it out, and I see like Reckless Charleston White, and I see like DJ Academic, I see all these people. People go from battle rap to podcaster. I see all these people do it. I want to come do it, but I don't want to be like these other people. I want to bring, you know, valid information through research and reading, because I hold a college degree, a bachelor's degree in human services, which was never no good for me because of my criminal history, which is I'm trying to tell people, you go out there, you don't got no criminal history, don't create a criminal history. You can do so much. You can have a gun in New York if you don't have a criminal history. And they're going to send you to the classes, so you're going to know when you can use that gun and not catch a case. But if you got a criminal history like I do, anytime you use that gun, you're still going to prison, even if it was justified that you shot that person. You're still going to jail, because under the law in the United States of America, if you have a felony, you cannot have a gun unless you get a certificate of release And you got to have a lot of money for that. You got to go back to your judge who sentenced you here, who do this there and do that there. You got a lot of things that you have to go through in order to get that. I know one thing, if I get big on this YouTube stuff and go places through this, before I die, I will go. Because I'm on a downhill slide. I'm still doing my thing. I'm still protecting myself because the people out there, not because I want to, because I have to. If I want to continue to survive in life, when I walk out my door, ain't no telling what's going on with these thirsty, hungry people out here. So I gotta be prepared at all times to take care of me, regardless of what the law say I can and cannot do. I've been successful in completing prison, so I don't care. But I just want to end this video with this. Since I didn't start with an adequate quote, I want to just end with this because I don't want this video to go now. My next video, which I will be doing tomorrow, will be, it's following right behind this one, I will be recording it tomorrow, will be Snitch Nation. That's what my video will be. Snitch Nation. Everybody's telling today. Everybody's telling today. Some people are telling directly and some people are telling indirectly. Tune in to my video that I will upload tomorrow night and learn a couple of things, or learn me a couple of things. Learn me a couple of things right here from this video, because I'm trying to learn, because I can't understand how Taxstone did that to himself. I can't understand how somebody could be doing well and let somebody who's trying to do well too, let them bait you to go to jail. Because that's the only thing happened to Taxstone. He got baited to go to jail and put himself in a messed up situation over nothing. And it's just like shooting at somebody and you shooting at him 7 times. And every 7 times you miss him. And you done killed 2 innocent bystanders and that guy's still running away. And then he come to court and say, yep, he was shooting at me and I ran over here and he kept on shooting and I yelled, you're gonna hit somebody. You ain't gonna kill me, da, 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 da. And you still shooting because he's mocking you and you hit 2 people. And now he testify against you. And now you go to jail and he ain't even dead. He ain't even dead. Like I said, I feel bad for Taxstone. I feel bad for Banger family because Banger died in the process. Him and Troy Ave had the beef, but Banger died. I feel bad also for the people who got shot that had nothing to do with nothing, just there to see the show. And I feel bad for Taxstone because he didn't have to get himself so involved to finish his life up. Like I said, I got 12 years. My first felony. I got 12 years for a manslaughter 1. Murder 2nd degree. I didn't want my homeboy to take the charges because they was putting it all on him, and I knew I did it. I pled guilty to it. I went and I did that time. I said that he ain't had nothing to do with it and my sentencing. And I got 12 years, manslaughter 1. He got guns, he got extra shooting, he got the manslaughter 1. He will be getting more than 12 years. And he was doing really good. He was going places. When you're going places, man, keep going, man. Don't let the haters get the best of you. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. That hater will find somebody on his level that's going to deal with him very, very good. And humble him. You don't got to be the one humble him. You're going to let down too many people who believe in you. Too many people that's happy for you. Too many people that's feeling so good that you're doing something different. You're not going back to jail. You're not involved in all that street stuff. You're home at night. You're making legal money. You're paying taxes. The government can't take nothing. You can go buy you a car and worry about nothing. You don't got to steal a car. You can buy your little jewelry. You can take care of your family. Your baby mama, them happy. He buying them diapers now. He not risking life and limb and jail just to go buy some Infamil and some Pampers. And damn, getting so frustrated with it, he don't even want to buy him because he want to get high with a little bit of money because he's depressed and he's stressed out because he don't want to be in them streets. And those are the guys who will tell on you. Troy Ave say he's not doing that 15 years. He's not going down. Hey, yo, you gonna rat? That's what they telling them on the YouTube, man. These people, I don't know where they mind be at. Is he gonna snitch or is he gonna tell the truth? There's only two options. Talk or be quiet and let them figure it out. Talk and help them figure it out, or be quiet and let them figure it out on their own. And with that, we're going to use this quote to end. Where's that? The worst crime is faking it. The worst crime is faking it. That's the worst crime. And they say you got to fake it to make it. No, man. You got to be real at all times. Be real unto yourself first. Know what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. And base your choices off of looking at those two things realistically. Because there's consequences. And you're not getting around the consequences. You're not. You're not getting around the consequences. Content analysis. 2750. My puppy dog is my profile pictures. Please like it if you want to like it. Dislike it if you want to dislike it. Comment. Share. But subscribe. Because more shall be coming. My next video is going to be on Snitch Nation because, hell, on YouTube, keep hearing about who's snitching and who's not snitching. Most of them people on YouTube snitching already, man. 6ix9ine got beat up there already saying the guy's a Latin king. Put this bitch up. You already helping the police. So know what you're doing. Do what you know. And y'all have a nice night.